A warm welcome, Murakaza neza, and herzlich willkommen to our podcast Reduce, Reuse, Rethink, Sustainability in Rwanda and Germany, where we talk about challenges and solutions of sustainable cities and communities, intercultural exchange, and other interesting things.
A very warm welcome to the very first episode of this podcast.
Yes, we're so happy to start a very nice and exciting journey with you all in this podcast. But before we explain what the whole journey of this podcast will be about, you should first know who's talking right now. So, Cardin, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Rwanda and I'm currently doing bachelor's in biotechnology in the College of Science and Technology. What about you, Greta?
I'm Greta. I'm currently studying geography in Bonn. So we can jump right into the next episodes today. We will give you an overview of topics in our podcast, introduce the podcast team, and we'll tell you why it is worth to continue listening to us. Okay, but we can't do podcasts without having an aim. So, Kante, what is the aim of our podcast?
True. We should know why we do this thing. So it takes a little time to explain. We had an ongoing project called Teams Up, and this is about sustainability in Rwanda and Germany. That's why we also chose the title Reduce, Reuse, and Rethink of this podcast. Reducing and reusing are very important to save limited resources and to make our world sustainable, as well as rethinking how we do something differently to shape new ways for our future.
Was our youth exchange program, which is organized by the Jumelage of Rwanda and Rwanda and funded by Engagement Global and the German BMZ. And there we work on the SDG 11. Our participants are from Ejo-Connect and RECP. And RECP is Rwanda Village Community Promoters in an association which closely works with us with Ejo-Connect on various projects. Last year we have been visiting sustainable projects in Rwanda, and right now we're in Rwanda and Palatinate.
We learned a lot about challenges and solutions of making cities and communities in Rwanda and in Germany more sustainable. But we don't want, of course, to keep it to ourselves, and we want to spread the knowledge we learn. Therefore, we want to raise awareness for the SDG 11. And apart from that, we'd like to share the experience we're spending 4 weeks in total in the 2 different countries together in a team of 22 people.
Nice, but wait, you mentioned SDG 11. What is that?
Shortly, it's a global aim to make cities and communities sustainable, but we will learn more about it in another episode.
Well then, we need to be patient. Could you also tell us more about the other episodes?
Sure. We'll start in the next episode with the SDGs, and after that, we hear a lot about initiatives and organizations which we visited in our stays in Rwanda and Germany, and you will know later what a car-free day in Kigali means, what a learning dinner is, and how it is contributing to social sustainability.
We were talking about the different episodes, so is there any episode missing which we didn't talk about?
No, but I can say that in the last episode, there will be awaiting you a little surprise. So it's worth it to listen to all the episodes.
Ah, nice. I'm very curious what it is.
And Greta, what else do you think we should talk about?
We will also talk about how it is to be in another country, which is not your home country. Very interesting. And the participants of the project will share a lot of their impressions and will tell us more funny stories which happened during the encounters. And we will also hear from interviews. Kande, you know which ones I mean?
Yeah, I think you mean the interviews with the celebrities of the partnership of Jumelage.
Yeah.
Sure, these are nice because they will talk about their perspective in intercultural work and how enriching this can be. By the way, Jumelage is the French word of partnership.
But wait, which partnership or jumelage do you actually mean?
Yeah, I should explain that. It's a partnership of the state of Rwanda and Palatinate in Germany and Rwanda.
Could you tell us a little bit about the partnership?
Yes, of course, I'd love to. So, the partnership is an association supported by the government of Rhineland-Palatinate and Rwanda. Rhineland-Palatinate is a state in Germany which is located in the southwest of Germany, and Rwanda is a country in the East Africa, in the Great Lakes region. And the partnership has two coordination offices, which are called the Jumelage. One is in Kigali, which is the capital of Rwanda, and one in Mainz, which is the capital of Rhineland-Palatinate. The partnership was founded in 1982, and it aims to deliver a new approach to develop cooperation on a local level, so quite different to other approaches before. It's citizen-orientated, decentralized and very effective. Therefore, our partnership has grassroots approach, and therefore it connects schools, factories, initiatives and young people from both countries. But why is this important for our podcast?
Yeah, because the whole project and therefore this podcast grew from the partnership, and this project was organized by the members of Ejo-Connect.
And Cardin, what is Ejo-Connect and how is it connected to the partnership?
Ejo-Connect is the youth group of the partnership between Rwanda and the Rhineland-Palatinate, and its name originates from the Kinyarwanda word for yesterday, Ejo hashize, and tomorrow, Ejo hazaza. The name is also our aim because a youth group consists of former volunteers, students, other young people who are connected to Rwanda in one way or another. And Ejo-Connect, we are a youth network of this partnership who are participating in intercultural exchange to build bridges between Rwanda and Rhineland-Palatinate. We aim to connect these two countries to shape the future of the partnership, to evolve projects, new ideas, and to exchange new perspectives.
But it won't be only us two leading through the episodes, which will be published weekly, by the way. We have a team of hosts of our podcast, and these beautiful people you will get to know briefly now. Hello, Didi.
Hello.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Neza. I am a student. I study environmental economics and natural resource management. That's all.
And how did you came to Ejo-Connect?
I joined Ejo-Connect last year in January, and then that's how I learned about the TIMSA project.
Well, that's so interesting. Do you know a fun fact about Germany or Rwanda?
A fun fact about Germany is that they are delicious food and their punctuality and their amazing transportation.
Thank you so much, Didi. Now I want to introduce you also to Cardin. Hello, Cardin.
Hello.
Do you want to introduce yourself shortly?
Okay, my name is Rwanda and I'm a student currently doing biotechnology in the University of Rwanda College of Science and Technology.
And how did you came to Ejo-Connect?
I'm not sure how I can tell you the story, where to begin, but I joined 2 months before the TIMSA project, where one of my classmates told me about the TIMSA project and how Ejo-Connect is linked to the TIMSA project. So then I tried to get more information and then I joined. And yeah, since then I'm very grateful.
And do you have a fun fact for us from Rwanda or Germany?
There are many fun facts, but one of the things that I can say is a fun fact. Germany is different from Rwanda in different perspectives, but the way they manage time with the punctuality and everything is one of the things that, coming from Rwanda, one can be surprised about, and their transportation system, how also it goes with time, and different other things are time-based, and that's a good thing we should learn from our colleagues from Germany.
Thank you very much, Cardin.
Thank you. Hello, I'm with Francie. Francie, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing well, thank you.
So, can you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Sure, my name is Franziska Valentin. I currently study music and geography in Mainz for becoming a teacher in secondary school. So I'm in a Bachelor of Education.
Okay, good. So, can you tell us how you came to Ejo-Connect?
I did a voluntary service in 2021 in Rwanda, in Kigali. And I got into touch with Ejo-Connect through a cultural exchange group where there were tandems with Rwandans and Germans. And we meet up together and had a great time. And I really liked how we could exchange and how we can talk about different intercultural topics. And yeah, I wanted to continue that when I was back in Germany. So I joined Ejo-Connect Germany.
Okay. So since you've been to Rwanda, try to put us through your experience and tell us like one fun fact about Rwanda.
Okay, so one thing I really loved in Rwanda was that there was music everywhere. Okay, almost everywhere. But especially on bus stations or when you go to a shop, you can always listen to music, hear some Afrobeats music. And I really liked it because, yeah, I like music. And if music is everywhere, it just gives a nice feeling.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me here.
So Greta, can you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yeah, sure. I'm Greta Stein and I'm studying geography in Bonn.
So Greta, how did you come to Ejo-Connect?
That's quite a funny story actually, because I was in Rwanda once as a tourist and then I really was interested in the country and want to further engage with it. And then I found Ejo-Connect and joined them. And then I was in the WhatsApp group and they said like, oh yeah, nice to have you here, but we have a lot to do right now. So we have a really big project, so we will introduce you later. And yeah, so I just was in a WhatsApp group. And then later, somehow they just asked me if I want to come to Rwanda with them because they planned already the exchange teams up. And yes, so they asked me if I want to join them, and I was very excited. And of course, I wanted to join. And then I had to do kind of an application because they wanted to, do it openly so that everyone can send an application. And somehow my application was good enough, so they took me to Rwanda, which was, really crazy for me.
Since you've been to Rwanda, can you tell us a fact about Rwanda?
Yeah, sure, I'd love to. So one thing which impressed me quite a lot is that Rwanda has 61% of women in the parliament, and no other country in the world has such a high number of women in the parliament, which I think is very much a role model for every country.
Hello everyone, and today I'm with Luisa. Luisa, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me, Kava.
So please try to introduce yourself briefly to our listeners.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Luisa Beinert and I'm studying geography at the moment in my master's with the focus on like social geography and global development.
Thank you. And today I have two questions for you. The first one is, how did you come to Ejo-Connect?
Good question. Actually, I'm not so long in Asia right now. I joined because I visited my sister 2 years ago when she did her voluntary year in Rwanda. And before I wanted to inform myself about the country, and I thought it's a good idea to talk to people who have already been there or who are really connected with the country. So I joined a Netzwerk meeting from Ejo-Connect Germany. Shortly before I went, and I really enjoyed my time there, and the people, they are so nice, and like also this motivation for Rwanda was really amazing. And so when I went to Rwanda and came back, I stayed in Ejo-Connect.
Okay, so this last but not least question. Since you've been to Rwanda, please try to tell us like a fun fact or an impression you've had when you were in Rwanda.
Yes, really, I would love to. So I think like the most impressive thing for me was that everyone is just like so community based. Like people really try to help you. Like you are kind of lost because maybe you don't have a connection or you don't know the way, but there will always be people who will ask like, are you okay? And they see it immediately that you are maybe kind of lost. And they are like really looking for other people in their community, for other people who need maybe guidance. And that was really impressive for me.
Thanks, Riza, and thank you for your time.
Yes, you're welcome.
So now, you also know the voices behind the next episodes. The hosts already mentioned something about Rwanda and Rwanda-Palatinate, but now we would like to tell you more about these countries and regions. For those who don't know Rwanda-Palatinate, what can you tell them?
Rwanda-Palatinate is a state of Germany located in the southwest with rich history from stunning landscapes, Palatinate forest, vintage castles to idyllic vineyards. Denland Palatinate is known for its famous wine festivals, old villages with culinary specialties, and wine tasting. It is a beautiful historic city triad with the oldest Roman buildings in Germany, like Porta Nigra.
Thank you, that really sounds worth visiting.
So, for those who don't know Rwanda also, do you have something to tell them that can attract them?
Yes, of course. Rwanda is a country located in East Africa in the Great Lakes region, and it is referred to as the heart of Africa and known as the country of 1,000 hills. It's also known for its remarkable recovery from tragic past, a shining example of resilience and progress of development in Africa. Now you should be prepared to jump right into the first episode. Now we have a short disclaimer. This is our first podcast and we are not native speakers. However, we try our best and we are sure you will enjoy this podcast about our partnership. Cardin, do you have some last words to say?
One very last information. This podcast is produced, including recordings, music, designing cover, by the participants of the Timza project.
Thank you everyone for being with us. Greta and
Cardin.
Thank you so much, all of you, for sharing your valuable insights on our podcast today. And a heartfelt thank you to all our listeners for joining us and investing your time with us. If you found today's episode insightful, don't hesitate to share it with your friends and spread the knowledge. And now stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll delve into the topic of Sustainable Development Goals, especially SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. Until then, take care, auf Wiedersehen, Murabeho, and we are looking forward to having you with us again soon.